I don't know about anyone else, but I think I'm finally starting to feel the holiday spirit. And I think that's especially going to be true after this weekend, because Winterfest at Canada's Wonderland starts this Friday. Although I love visiting Wonderland in the summer and riding all of the coasters, there's something extra magical and wonderful about visiting the park during Winterfest. There are so many cool things going on around the park, but planning your visit can be a bit overwhelming. That's where I come in. Good day everyone, my name is Parker, and in today's episode of Theme Park Parlay, I'm going to be your guide to everything you need to know about Winterfest 2022 at Canada's Wonderland. We're going to go over all of the attractions, activities, shows, food, shopping, and, well, everything else you can expect to experience at Winterfest this year. So without any further ado, let's bundle up, get into the festive spirit, and talk Winterfest. Let's start with the basics. Winterfest will be taking place at Canada's Wonderland every weekend from November 18th to December 31st. On Fridays, the park will be open from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. and on Saturdays and Sundays, the park will be open from 3 to 9. From December 17th to December 31st, the park will be open every day from 3 to 9, except for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, when the park will be closed. Tickets can be purchased online starting at $29.99 CAD, and unlimited visits are included with a 2022 or 2023 Gold or Platinum Pass. If you've never been to Winterfest before, you're in for a treat, as the event completely transforms the park into a true winter wonderland. Each area of the park gets a fun holiday makeover and a special name for Winterfest. International Street is where you'll find the two 50-foot-tall Christmas trees, Snowflake Lake, and cute holiday boutiques. Medieval Fair becomes the festively fun Elf Village. Planet Snoopy and Kidsville are transformed into the nostalgic and heartwarming Charlie Brown's Christmas Town. International Festival becomes the shiny and glittery Tinsel Town. Parts of the Grand World Exposition and Action Zone are refashioned to become the North Pole, and even a small part of Frontier Canada becomes a wintry, magical version of its normal self. As I go through the video and explain the location of each Winterfest attraction, these are the terms I'll be using, so keep that in mind when you try to orient yourself in the park. There are so many fun things going on all around the park during Winterfest, so let's dive right in and start with the activities and experiences. One of the most iconic Winterfest activities is ice skating. The fountain on International Street is iced over and transformed into Snowflake Lake, where guests are able to skate in front of the iconic Wonder Mountain and amidst the glittering lights of International Street. Now, there are some very important things to know if you plan on skating during your visit to Winterfest, so listen closely. Reservations for ice skating must be made online in advance of your visit, and sessions run every 30 minutes. This is an upcharge activity, and the cost is $10 per guest if you bring your own skates, or $15 if you need to rent skates from the park. When it comes time for your session, you can redeem your e-ticket at the Redemption Center by the Mistletoe store on International Street, and if you need to pick up some skates, you'll find those over by Northern Lights. Skating is a fun activity at the best of times, but to do it at Canada's Wonderland, on top of the fountain in front of Wonder Mountain is, and I apologize for overusing this word in this video, absolutely magical. And I highly recommend that everyone tries it at least once. Over in Charlie Brown's Christmas Town, you can visit Charlie Brown's Tree Lot. Here, you'll wander the tree lot in search of that tree that just needs a little love and find an adorable photo op with Charlie Brown and Linus. Nearby, you'll find Sally's Christmas Crafts, where children 12 and under can come and decorate a special Christmas ornament with Sally. Charlie Brown's Christmas Town is also where you'll find the North Pole Post Office, where kids can write a letter to Santa that will be certified and sent to the big man up north. New for 2022 is Reindeer Roundup, which can be found in Frontier Canada. Here, you can meet Murray the Moose, who thinks he's the perfect fit for Santa's sleigh team, but must pass the interview with Ruby Reindeer from Reindeer Services. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea if Murray is a real moose, a puppet, or something else entirely, but either way, this sounds amazing, so I'll be sure to report back in my first Winterfest vlog. Also new this year is Jack Frost's Igloo Village. Here, you can rent one of Jack Frost's luxury igloos, which includes concierge services for igloo food and beverage delivery. Each igloo can accommodate up to 8 guests, and includes 4 Winterfest souvenir hot chocolate mugs. You can think of these igloos as Winterfest's answer to the cabanas in Splashworks. You can find these igloos in the North Pole by NT Carousel and Swing of the Century, and the cost to rent an igloo is $199 CAD. Rumor has it, Mrs. Claus makes the best cookies in all the land. But at Mrs. Claus's kitchen in Elf Village, you can decorate your own delicious cookie creations any way you want. As long as they're made with love, of course. And once you've mastered your cookie decorating skills, you will have an opportunity to meet and take pictures with Mrs. Claus herself. Mrs. Claus's kitchen is an upcharge attraction. Each voucher costs $26.99 CAD, and that includes 4 large sugar cookies and all the frosting and toppings that you'll need to decorate them. Back in the North Pole, you can pose with the big man himself at St. Nick's Picks, who will also be taking toy requests until December 23rd. Now, I couldn't find the exact pricing online, but getting your picture taken with Santa will be an additional fee. I do believe, however, that it's free to visit Santa without the pictures, but unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure of that. One of the main draws of Winterfest, at least for me, is all of the live entertainment. And boy does Winterfest have a fantastic lineup of fun shows to see. First and foremost, no trip to Winterfest is complete without seeing the tree lighting ceremony. The musical performance is enough to get anyone into the Christmas spirit, but the moment those 2 50-foot tall Christmas trees are illuminated and International Street is brought to life in all of its wintry glory is absolutely breathtaking. Of course, the ceremony takes place every single night at the very front of the park at 5:30 p.m. Over at the Tinseltown Gazebo, the Mistletones will return to sing some classic 1950s style Christmas songs. I have a really soft spot for this show, partly because the music just makes me feel so nostalgic, but also because the chemistry between the 3 performers is so fun and infectious. Also performing at the Tinseltown Gazebo this year will be Tacky Tips with the Tannenbaums. This comedy show features the iconic Ted and Tammy Tannenbaum, the unofficial mayor and first lady of Winterfest, as they share their tips to help you have the perfect kitschy Christmas. If you're a pun enthusiast like me, you have to make time to watch this show. Again, Ted and Tammy are so fun, and their chemistry is undeniable. Cool Yule Christmas will return this year, but in a brand new location in the North Pole over by Cyclone. Cool Yule has got to be one of my favorite Winterfest shows. A troupe of talented singers perform some fan-favorite contemporary Christmas songs underneath a stunning 70-foot tall Christmas tree. Not too far away, there will be another one of my favorite Winterfest shows, the Holly Jolly Trolley. I don't know what it is about this show, maybe it's just a theater kid in me, but this musical show is just so fun and so charming. For the little ones, a Peanuts Guide to Christmas will be showing at the Playhouse Theater in Charlie Brown's Christmas Town. In this show, kids and families can join Charlie, Linus, and Lucy for a fun-filled holiday sing-along as they get ready to celebrate the most wonderful time of year. Moving on to Elf Village, the Humbug, What the Dickens, will be performing a hilarious retelling of Charles Dickens' classic, A Christmas Carol, on a stage in front of Leviathan. This show is another one of my favorites. The main trope is flawless, and with some improvisation and audience participation, no 2 shows are ever exactly the same. But every performance is guaranteed to be a good time. Okay, now here's what I'm most excited for. In 2022, Tinker's Toy Factory is making its grand return to Winterfest. This show was canceled last year due to COVID-19 restrictions, but it's so good and so fun. If it's the same version of the show that they did in 2019, you'll see a combination of live singing, dancing, acting, and Cirque-style acrobatics that tell the story of Tinker, Santa, and the rest of the Toy Factory elves as they discover the importance of family and friends. You definitely don't want to miss this show. It can be found at the Canterbury Theatre in Elf Village. If you're a fan of Wonderland's dance parties, you'll definitely want to hit up Polar Party over by Flying Canoes in Frontier, Canada. The Four Drummers Drumming will also be returning to Frontier, Canada with their fun drumming beats, and Blitzen's brass band can be found roaming all around the park, playing some favorite holiday tunes. The Christmas Carolers will also be spreading traditional Christmas cheer a cappella style in Charlie Brown's Christmas Town. They'll be performing at the gazebo near Beagle Brigade Airfield. Oh, and I can't talk about Winterfest entertainment without talking about all of the characters. Whether they're performing in a show or roaming the park, there's an entire cast of new friends to meet at Winterfest, like the Gingerbread Man, Ebenezer Scrooge, Snowflake, the Sugar Plum Fairy, Candy Cane, Jack Frost, and more. I always have such a blast interacting with all of the characters, so don't be afraid to say hi if you see them. Another big draw to Winterfest is all of the lights and displays that illuminate the park. Although there doesn't seem to be a single corner left unglittered, there are some notable displays that deserve some special attention. Seasons of Light, which can be found by the globe on the path between International Street and the North Pole, is one of my favorite displays, as it features beautiful murals about different holidays that are celebrated around this time of year. It's a great way to learn about other cultures and traditions, and it's nice to take a minute to remember the diversity of Canada and the diversity of the human experience. Northern Starlight, Wonderland's LED light tunnel, will be returning to the North Pole, and the dancing lights in Tinseltown simply can't be missed. Finally, the path between Tinseltown and Charlie Brown's Christmas Town is decorated with some beautiful, giant LED candy canes to become Candy Cane Lane. One of my favorite parts of Winterfest, and let's be real, the holidays in general, is the food. Many restaurants around the park offer seasonal menus serving festive fare and holiday treats. It looks like most of the park's usual restaurants will be open for Winterfest, but there are some special highlights I want to point out. A stand selling crepes can be found on International Street over by Subway. At the end of the street, the Candy Cane Poutineery will be setting up shop in La Cantina. Now, at first glance, I thought this place was just going to sell regular fries, cheese curds, and gravy poutine, but according to the app, the Candy Cane Poutineery's specialty will actually be a sweet potato dessert poutine. That sounds like it could be really good or really nasty, and I think I'm gonna have to find out for myself and report back in my vlog. A dining location called Hearty Bread Bowls can also be found on International Street, which will sell holiday bread bowls and soup cups. If you're looking to enjoy a yummy holiday cocktail, you absolutely have to stop at the Jingle Bar, which offers a variety of cocktails and Ontario craft beers. Last year, I tried the Jack Frost Freeze, and despite the fact that a frozen beverage isn't necessarily the best thing to carry around outside in the winter, it was so good. The Jingle Bar can be found near Extreme Skyflyer. Across the way, Backlot Cafe will become the holiday dining hall, offering hot holiday meals like the holiday turkey sandwich, the pulled ham and pulled turkey tacos, tempura vegetarian tacos, and beef, grilled chicken, and Beyond Meat burgers on a cranberry bun. The Ice Wine Garden is a great place to try VQA wines and Ontario craft beers, and this year, it'll be located in the North Pole between Cyclone and Sledgehammer. Coasters will be transformed into Frosty's Drive-In during Winterfest and will offer holiday milkshakes and home-cooked style meals like turkey meatloaf, turkey parsley sausage, shepherd's pie, hand-battered fish, and burgers. The Pizza location will become Tinker's Cabin, where you can get poutine and pizza. Over in Tinseltown, the recently opened Lazy Bear Lodge will offer a special Winterfest menu, including herb-marinated pork chops with port wine and cranberry juice, an impossible vegan shepherd's pie, smoked beef roast topped with oat juice, and smoked turkey skewers. These meals will also include a savory biscuit and a choice of side. In Frontier, Canada, the Holiday Craft Burger and Beer Bar will have signature burgers served on a cranberry bun and craft Muskoka Brewery beers. The Snowflake Kitchen in Charlie Brown's Christmas Town, which can be found near Character Carousel, will serve chicken tenders, salad, and hot chocolate. Moving on to Elf Village, Milk and Cookies will serve holiday treats like hot chocolate, holiday cookie witches, and holiday ice cream cones, while the Fire and Ice Bar will offer mulled wine, spirits, hot cider, pretzels, and Ontario craft beers that can be enjoyed by the fireside in front of Riptide. Allswell Hall will become Marketplace Festive Feast, which will serve traditional Christmas turkey dinners, as well as ham, meatloaf, a holiday vegetarian medley artisan flatbread, tandoori chicken, a fish of the day meal, and more. Nearby, you can enjoy mulled wine, hot apple cider, and other holiday beverages at the Cider House. There will also be several hot chocolate and funnel cake and churro locations scattered throughout the park. Now, the classic funnel cake is iconic in its own right, but during Winterfest, you can also try fun flavors like candy cane and gingerbread. Of course, shopping is also a big part of Winterfest, and there are many shops and boutiques around the park selling just about any holiday thing you can imagine. One of my favorite parts of Winterfest is the Christmas market, where local artisans and craft vendors from the Greater Toronto area showcase gifts, treats, and more that you can purchase for a loved one. Or yourself, I won't judge you. Seriously though, I actually do quite a bit of my Christmas shopping at the market, and I always make an effort to get a treat from here every time I visit. I'm a huge proponent of supporting local small businesses, and I love that Wonderland provides this space for us to do just that. The Christmas market can be found in the King's Courtyard area. Jumping back over to International Street, the park's flagship store will become The Mistletoe, selling a large selection of ornaments and tree decor, apparel, Santas, nutcrackers, toys, vintage gifts, and holiday candy. Across the way, the locker room will host the North Pole Mercantile. This store is interesting because almost everything sold here bears a cool blue and a silver color palette. Here you can find ornaments, holiday decor, winter gifts, and sports apparel and souvenirs. The Yuletide Gift Boutique has a very similar concept, this time focusing on a rose and gold color palette, with Christmas ornaments, home decor, and sweet treats to be had. Northern Lights is where you'll find Canadiana gifts, apparel, and souvenirs, as well as rustic home decor, wildlife-themed gifts, toys, and of course, lots of buffalo check. This is also where you'll pick up your skate rentals for Snowflake Lake. If you have a sweet tooth like me, you'll definitely want to hit up Sugar Plum Sweets, your one-stop shop for candy, fudge, and a large selection of Coca-Cola themed gifts. The Peanuts store in Charlie Brown's Christmas Town will become Holiday Gifts, your headquarters for holiday themed presents featuring Snoopy and the Peanuts gang. You can find stuffed plush dolls, Peanuts apparel, candy, and more. And finally, Stocking Stuffers in Elf Village will specialize in pop culture nostalgia, with gifts, toys, and candy related to your favorite superheroes, Harry Potter, The Grinch, Rudolph, and more. Canyon Trader, a shop located in Frontier, Canada, will also be open during Winterfest. Now, I couldn't find any details about their Winterfest offerings, but I'm sure it will also have a fun selection of gifts and sweets. It wouldn't be Canada's Wonderland without the rides, and many of your favorite attractions will be open during Winterfest. Now, as you can imagine, you can't run all of the rides and coasters in the cold weather. However, new in this year's lineup is Sledgehammer and Cyclone, which is very exciting because it finally brings some big ticket thrill rides into Winterfest ride offerings. I'm definitely going to marathon those two quite a bit over the next few months. You'll also be able to ride the Antique Carousel, Beagle Brigade Airfield, Boo Blasters on Boo Hill, Character Carousel, Flying Canoes, Flying Eagles, Clockworks, Lucy's Tugboat, Peanuts 500, Sally's Love Buggies, Snoopy vs. Red Baron, Snoopy's Revolution, Snoopy's Space Race, Swing of the Century, Swing Time, Taxi Jam, The Pumpkin Patch, Thunder Run, Vikings Rage, Wild Nightmares, and Woodstock's Whirly Birds. And there you have it! That's everything you can expect to experience at Winterfest 2022 at Canada's Wonderland. It really is a magical time, and one of the things I like most about Winterfest is that there's something for everyone. I know it's a lot, and if you're still having trouble with how to plan your night, Wonderland does have an activity planner on their website, which I'll link down in the description. You can also leave any questions you have in the comment section. Keep in mind that I don't represent or work for the park, but I'd be happy to help you out as best as I can. Now, I won't be able to visit Winterfest on opening night because of work, but I do plan on visiting the park at some point during the first weekend, which means I'll have my Winterfest vlog and review up on my channel very soon. I base these guide videos on information available on the park's website, as well as my own past experiences, but it's the vlog and review video that really conveys what these experiences are like. In the meantime, you can also check out last year's Winterfest vlog, and again, I'll leave a link for that in the description as well. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. If you would like to see more guides, theme park discussions, and vlogs from all of my theme park, travel, local, and outdoor adventures, be sure to subscribe. For photography, channel updates, and industry news, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ADVParker and on TikTok at Adventures with Parker. Big thank you to my patrons for going above and beyond and supporting my channel. If you would like to help me grow and improve the channel with a monthly donation and receive some cool bonus content and perks in return, you can visit my Patreon page at patreon.com/ADVParker. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, the adventures are calling. Bye!
It's the most wonderful time of the year.